Welcome to Info Support videos. This is Rohini and I am here to explain you how to import the unique and the referential constraints of the entity tables into Entity Constraint tab of EDM. The agenda of this video will be why do we need to import the constraints into EDM and what are the steps to import the constraints into EDM. So why do we need to import the constraints into EDM? Entity will have the parent table and the child table grouped together. In such entities, if any jobs are scheduled, the action that will be performed will be based on the parent table. For instance, if any record is deleted from the parent table, the record must also be deleted from the child table. This is the referential constraint for the data. If the data discovery options and the update retention policy have to be performed, it is based on the parent-child relationship on the tables. So it will be required to import the constraints into the EDM. Hence, as a prerequisite before performing any operations with the relationship constraints in data archive, it would be required to import the primary and referential constraints of the entity tables using the import entity constraints in the file archive tab of the EDM. After importing the constraint, we can validate the entity to ensure that all the child tables are accessible from the parent table. So here are the steps to import the constraints into EDM. First, we have to log into the Data Archive UI, launch the EDM using the Accelerator's Enterprise Data Manager. Once the EDM is launched, open the View File Archive tab, navigate to the product family version containing the entity where we have to import the entity constraints. Once we have navigated to the product family version, expand the application module under the product family version and choose the entity required. Once the entity is selected, right-click on the entity and select the Import Entity Constraints. It will list all the constraints for the particular tables. Import the constraints by clicking the down arrow. Once the constraints are imported, click Finish. After clicking on Finish, go to View File Archive tab, click on the particular entity, go to Entity Constraint in the right side. It will list all the entities that are imported. So this is all about importing the constraints into EDM. Any kind of feedback, we would love to hear from you from the following sites. Thank you.